So first up, new ESPN report. Coaches are talking about Daboll, and they're not talking about a good way. You see him yelling at the crowd there in that picture. Listen, 3 out of the 4 on that list are that I'm showing pictures of aren't even there. I just love the face that Thomas McGahee's giving in that too as well, because it just looks very appropriate. But yeah, it was a piece written by Jordan Raanan. It's got a lot of guys talking about it. So basically, obviously, Wink Martindale, Kafka, others just didn't like working under Daboll last year. We've talked about that before. To be honest, I'm a little confused on why it's news. I hate to say that while we're talking about it because it makes me seem like I'm downplaying our own segment here. But let's be honest, guys, this is not new. We've heard about this plenty. Like at this point, when these guys are talking negatively about Daboll, it's like when you end a relationship and the other person's still talking trash about you months later. Like, move on. I have. Like,
yeah, right.
Like, that's why I wish Daboll would be a quote like, move on. You'll find somebody better for you. It's not you.
We were in it wasn't the right fit. It wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't you. It was me.
You deserve someone better.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a while. It's been a while here. We're talking these guys, that are gone at least, have been let go, for 6 months now.
4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah. But half a year, guys. Let it go. Let it go. Just watch Frozen to understand the point of the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically former coaches were telling Jordan that they felt there was too much finger pointing going on, that Daboll wasn't taking accountability for his own errors. He had a couple quotes there from anonymous coaches. I love that. Anonymous. Listen, have the huevos to put your name on it, goddammit.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of stuff. Like, I really
sit there and bitch.
Like, stay quiet or put your name to it.
Yeah.
Because you had no problem putting Daboll's name out there, so why not put your name out in the process? I feel weird. I'm standing up for Daboll, and I don't disagree necessarily. Like, nobody wants to get yelled at like crazy at work. I get that. I really do. But that you keep that in house or you let it all out. There's no in between, as far as I'm concerned. I hate that anonymous BS. But yeah, the first anonymous coach said it was like, "Are we on the same team? It sure doesn't feel like it." Second one, we were all trying to get out of there. Listen, you don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you, guys. Some of the best coaches out there were the most insulting coaches out there. You think Bill Belichick or Bill Parcells or Tom.
I was supposed to say Parcells.
Or, you think any of those guys were like, we should do, guys? We should really meditate for a minute before we get mad. No, like Phil Simms talked about during the Legends Night, talking about how
I was literally just about to say that.
He said he looked at his birth certificate to check his first name was F, because that's how often Parcells used to say F and Sims. Like, yeah. And I get that's a player, not a coach. There's a difference there. A lot of coaches get a little hell-bent on having a little more respect because they're coaches. But listen, it's still your boss. It's still your boss. That's how the game of football has been. Now, again, I'm not for abusing people at work. I'm not saying that. I got people under me as well, and I don't curse at them. I don't go crazy. We do yell occasionally. That's life. That is life at every job, whether we want to admit it or not. At least every high stress.
You're right. But you're also talking about, granted, it is a game, but it's also a very competitive game. Yes. You're at the highest level of competitiveness. Like, you're at the highest level of any level that you can play football at. When you do something at the highest level, your nerves are at the highest level. So,
are you talking about the highest level? I'm just checking.
The highest level. You can't see how high it is because it's so high. But and Drew, you're way taller than I am.
I know. 6'7" here, and I'm not even the highest level.
Not at all.
Not even all. But yeah.
But like said, when you're at that kind of a competition, like your nerves are going to be at end. So like, yeah, you might say some profanities, and someone that's maybe a little more sensitive might take it a little more harshly.
Yeah.
Than they would normally. But
Wink Martindale, there's reports out that he was literally cursing out Brian Daboll in his office before he left and eventually quit after hiding out in Sarasota, Florida for a couple of days. It's like, where's that accountability? Like, literally, you curse the man out in his office, and then you just go away and disappear for a few days.
And then complain about how he cursed you out.
Yeah, like 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
You don't. That's what my mom said.
Wink always took me as the guy that would be the one cursing everyone out as well.
Honestly, Wink.
He
Again,
looks
I'm
like
not there.
Florida man.
I'm not there for what happened. I don't pretend to have inside knowledge that is already out there. Isn't out there publicly, guys. But I lost any respect I had for Wink during the whole 24 thing. The last game. That was a very classless move. Like, that was saying point blank, I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's jerk. Because you made it very public. You made an issue out of something that didn't have to be. And you know what? The Giants got their way in the end, because I think how things panned out was exactly what the Giants wanted. They didn't want to pay him the rest of the money he was owed because they were pissed. They took that personal, I think. Again, it's just what I think. And I don't blame them. I would take that very personal as well, because after all, this is the highest level. And
where is it?
But it's like, yeah, why would you want a guy around who's doing that kind of stuff publicly? Like, that's just crazy. I wonder why he had trouble finding a job after the season was up and had to go back to the college ranks. Not that Michigan's not the worst landing spot in the world. I'm not trying to disrespect Michigan, but like, that's where you ended up.
There's also a big difference between
Yes.
coaching for the NFL and coaching for college.
That's like the difference between a free small Coke and a free medium Coke. Like, there's a huge difference.
Thanks, Brian family.
I would never let that medium Coke thing go. But yeah, like I said, like I said, to me, there's two sides to every story, and I just hate that. I feel bad for Daboll because he's trying to take the high road and just move on. Like, people keep just dragging his name through the mud. Let it go, people. Let it freaking go. You didn't like him. He was a bad boss to you. Whatever. He's gone. Move on. You have a new boss now. And he'll probably yell at you too, and you'll probably be all pissy about that too.
I was about to say, the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
It's not. Like I said, he has an anger issue. We all know that. We see him yelling at refs every single game. We are fully aware that he has an anger issue. We've all worked with somebody with that kind of temper. It's not fun. Let's be honest. It's not fun. But it's also,
that's also what
you're signing up for.
Exactly. I was going to say that. One, there was an interview process. You could see what he did when he was in Buffalo, because he was still the same guy as the offensive coordinator.
Well, it's like he was hiding.
Also, yeah, but also, he's a guy that gives you his all. So, like, good and the bad. So, like,
and the team responded. The team responded to him. We talked about it before. Yeah. This team kept fighting when there was nothing to fight for. Nothing to fight for. Like, the season was over and they're still fighting. Look at the big whooping they put on the Philly the last time they played. You don't do that if you've given up on your coach. No, not at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to like that guy that's the one that's going to yell at you. There's a good shot he's the one that's going to get your back in any situation, and that's the kind of guy I take Daboll as. Like, he's the one that, first and foremost, he's the one that has your back, but he also expects you to be at your highest level. And if you're not, like, you're going to see that little like anger issue part of it, but like at the same time, like, he will go to bat and fight for you.
Damn straight.
So
yeah, like I said, these guys just need to shut up. He's also seemed much more relaxed lately. There's been a lot of reports about that. He seems much more relaxed at the OTAs. He's learned from it. Hopefully he has a better relationship with his coaches going forward. And, things change for the better at that point there. Because I like Daboll. I think he's a guy that could be around here for quite some time there, depending on how this season goes, especially. But, he's on the, I would say, hot seat, like I know other people have. But they're definitely looking like, how does he respond? It's his third year. Last year was kind of a disappointment. I wouldn't say even, I mean, I would just say it's like there's definitely not ice cubes he's sitting on. Like, he's definitely not putting a parka on anytime soon. But I wouldn't call it warm.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.